Hello, traders, and welcome to TradingWithBill.com. I'm Bill. It's the last day of October. It's the 31st, 2018. Welcome to TradingWithBill.com. Again, I said that. And by the way, we're in Pattaya, Thailand, and we'll take a look at sunny skies. A little bit of haze this morning. A little bit of haze out there, but looks like we're going to have another cooker today. Man, I can't believe how hot it's been. Like, we're supposed to be, like, cooling off, like, relaxing, right? Yeah. It is hot, folks. It is hot in Thailand right now. I know I've been talking about that every day. It just boggles my mind. My poor air conditioning unit's just like screaming. All right, so I have it's not a rant. It's maybe a commentary. So, the market yesterday, I was in my condo and my computers and everything all day yesterday. Never walked out the door, except to go downstairs and get my newspaper in the morning. The markets and trading was really hard yesterday. The one I missed was the Euro Aussie, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. There was just nothing going on, and I'm saying, well, I wonder if it's because of the time change in Europe already, and maybe traders aren't adjusting. And I'm saying, well, for U.S. traders, that's a good thing. They can get an extra hour of sleep, right? Then I'm saying, well, the U.S. changed its time this week. So then I had this awakening during the U.S. session last night that says, well, maybe this market's just not doing anything because of this election, midterm elections next week, right? Next Tuesday's midterm elections. So maybe that's what's going on. Maybe everybody's just going to wait and see what happens with this. I mean, even the U.S. session, the down move continues. And we'll take a look at that also. But the down move just continues. So that's what's going on. Just thoughts. What is it? What is that called? Buy the rumor, sell the news, or buy the news, sell the rumor. I can never get that straight. Maybe it's one of those. Maybe after next Tuesday, things will sort of get a little bit more clearer, I don't think we're in a bearish market, in the U.S. session. I think it's going to kick back to the upside again. It's just my opinion, but it doesn't mean very much. All right, what do we got for news today, folks? CPI out of the Aussie, quarter-on-quarter, year-on-year. What else we got? Private sector credit out of the Aussie. Trimmed mean CPI. Okay, that's the first time I remember seeing that. China's got manufacturing PMI, non-manufacturing PMI. Japan, BOJ monetary policy statement. That'll be interesting. That will be very interesting. BOJ, great decision. They're not going to do nothing with that. No worries there. And then they have the press conference. Now that's probably going to be the biggest one, is the press conference. What are they looking at? What are they, what do they see in the future? All that stuff. That's going to be the one to really watch. And of course, they never give you time. That's okay. German retail sales today in the London session. Spanish GDP, core CPI year-on-year, and then year-on-year for October, which is the big one coming out today. Unemployment rate, they expect it to stay the same at 8.1. And then ADP, non-farm employment numbers come out today, and employment cost index out of the U.S. CAD's got RMPI. I don't know what that is. Chicago PMI today. Crude oil inventories, like we do on every Wednesday, and crushing crude oil inventories. So, pretty good day today. A lot of data, that should move things around a little bit. Maybe that'll help get us moving here. By the way, let's take a look at New York and see what's happened yesterday. So, very, very interesting. I was in the U.S. session for almost 2 hours, and I was watching this. I was in the session when this on crude was down here. And to me, it looks like crude, I guess it could be just above. No, it's got to be at 48. Yeah, so this looks like it is not closed above the 200. It's basically at the 200. Hasn't closed above. We've got an uptick here. This is pretty amazing. Look at how, what are we, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 6 days, sideways on crude, really not doing anything. It's not bullish. It's not bearish. Then if we skip on over here to gold, you can see gold, we've had 3 down days. It looks like we're going to start another one today. I always say you don't like to see crude and oil both doing the down move at the same time, right? Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. One of these is going to turn around and hit the upside. So we'll see. And actually, you had New York Open gold was up like $6 or something like that. Dollar index is through the roof, 97 on the dollar index. But you know what? You're not seeing it really in the past. The euro dollar now looks really nice to the downside, and I guess had a really nice move in the U.S. session. But I got to tell you, Asia and London yesterday, that euro looked horrible. But we'll take a look at it. But it's it is what it is. VIX, no worries about the X. We're at 24. I don't worry about the VIX until we get down to like 15, 14, and we start hitting those numbers. But the VIX is just maintaining. VIX is doing great. The ESs had an update, ended update yesterday. This is a new candle, red candle here. This is a good thing. At the beginning of New York yesterday, we were really thinking this was going to be a continuation to the downside, and it didn't. Looks like the ESs had an update yesterday. That's what we want to see. We want to see this pullback. And by the way, let's talk about the Euro futures. What about the Euro futures? What does William say about the Euro futures? Sell the Euro. And you know what? Keep selling the Euro. What are you going to do? You're not going to buy it. Sell the Euro. Well, my friends, that's what's going on in New York. We're out of there. Goodbye, New York. All right, let's take a look at some charts. I really like this chart this morning. I was scouting around and take a look at this Euro Aussie. This just really just hammered it to the downside. And, I didn't get in any trades yesterday, unfortunately, but and I wanted to so bad. Actually, I did. I'm sorry. I did enter one trade, and I can't remember what it was. But I got right out. It was like horrible. It might have been the Aussie. Anyhow, this looks really nice to the downside. It's really on a move. However, it's had a big move here, and this pair just does what it wants. And I'm saying we have two good trades here. Really, we have three. I'm saying, why don't we take this up at 59.80 to the upside, right? Let's wait a couple of hours. See if we can get another two green candles up here, and we'll take this to the upside. It's going to hit this 55 EMA at 1610, right? We're going to have to get through that 1.600 area, It's going to hit that 610. I don't think we got an issue here, folks. We got wide open spaces here. These are wide open spaces. There's nothing here. That worries me. Well, that's worrying me, but it just says, you know what? This just might continue to the downside and just continue to tank, right? It very well can do that. Get to that 1.600 area and just go back down. Just take it back to the downside. At double zero is always an issue, right? Always an issue here. You got a little bit of support. So, we might have something to talk about there. The other option is we wait till we get back up to the 200 exponential moving average, and we sell it at 1.6080. The problem with that is it's 100 pips up, so why don't we take advantage of that? Why don't we buy into this, right? And then, of course, our optimum trade is, of course, at 1.6180, and we'll take it down from there. So we got trades in this Euro Aussie today. It just looks like the big chart to have on one of your monitors today. Just watch this, wait, see if we can get an entry in here. In both directions, we have good trade plans in both directions. If it continues to the downside, wait, let it get through the support area, retest, and then we can sell it again. But very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. While we're on the euro, so this was the move yesterday on the euro. My Ninja Trader chart makes it look a lot worse than it is. So there's a trend line, it did its little thing there, like, okay. I'm all about selling the euro, but I don't know about this.
It's 7 hours.
It's 7 hours. Hey, that's 200 hours on Wall Street on a Tuesday night. Can you believe it's the end of the month already? Woohoo! We're at the end of the month already, man. Yeah, it's cooking. We're moving along. We're moving. What are we gonna do here, folks? I'm all for selling the euro, right? I sure don't want to buy it, but I'm saying, you know what? Well, this ain't easy. This ain't easy. If this comes to the upside, you're gonna, look at this 200, but you got to fight all this. You got to fight all this. This is a mess here. You're gonna have to fight it if it comes back to the downside. I mean, really, with the dollar index at 97, apparently the dollar is very strong, and like nothing's going on. Nothing is going on, which tells me there's people aren't trading, right? People are not trading, whether it's the elections in the U.S., whatever it is, people are not trading. This thing should be tanking by now. This thing should be like at, 1,300, 1,280, somewhere there, right? It's just not doing anything. It's just not. It's just not. It's not doing its thing. I don't like any of it. Just don't like any of it, right? This, this was the pound. It had what? It had 4 good candles, and that was it. That was the end of that trade, right? But at least it moved. It moved somewhere, and of course, it moved to the downside. What are you going to do here? Of course, you really want to see this pull back. Right? We're going to have a pull back to this 200, so you're going to get in there at 28.20. You're going to get out at 27.20. It's 100 pips. Somewhere in there, somewhere, working that out. I just think this is going to just continue to just claw its way to the downside. We'll see what happens at 10 EMA. Look at how small those candles are. At 10 EMA is still on price. More than that, if you take a look at all the exponential moving averages, angle and separation, and all to the downside, right? Look at angle and separation, down, down, down. Everything's to the. This just looks very, very bearish, in my opinion. This just looks like, we're not doing nothing, folks. We're just going to hang out. We're going to chill, and we're not going to do crap all, right? We're just going to sit around and continue to claw slowly to the downside, okay? What did our Kiwi do yesterday? Hey, this is probably the best chart of the day, right? Yeah, this is all right. Why don't we just take that over there? Take that thing and we'll get rid of him, right? Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. Again, right? These are 30-minute candles, right? This didn't do nothing yesterday. Really did not do much yesterday. So we're going to move that up a little bit. There we go. So, there's resistance at 65.70, which is great. I'd like to see it bump up if it can, but you know what? If it drops from here, we get this 10 EMA on top of price, take it down. You might get a bounce with that 55, and then you get up to 200. If you get through the 200, we're coming down to 65, right? And that would be beautiful. So this is probably the next one that I would really want to keep on my scope today. Is this New Zealand dollar. It looks really well. But, in the last 36 hours, it really hasn't done anything except for that big candle. I'm sure that was a data candle, right? So just moving around there. Just moving around. Take a look at dollar CAD. So, we've had this dull movement with oil, and we know that the CAD is related to oil quite a bit, but this has just been sideways forever. There's just nothing to do here. Absolutely nothing to do here. In fact, if there's my trade right there. Let this bad boy get below that 200 exponential moving average, and we'll sell this below 3,100. 31.90, 31.95. You know what? We'll sell the dollar CAD. We'll take it to the downside. Because apparently, even with the dollar strong, it's not influencing these pairs at all. Nothing's happening. This is like crazy. Like we should be seeing some really nice movements here with everything that's going on, and we don't see nothing. The dollar at 97, we should see a better chart than this. Yeah, we don't see much of anything here. Let's take a look at the beast. I don't know what they call this. I gotta find out. Whoops. JPY. Pop. Bing. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Here. This is, I don't know, when I started trading, they called it the beast, but right? Like, what are you going to do here? Well, you would say to yourself, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to buy this, right? This has been down here at this level for a long time. It's at support. It's not doing nothing. This just looks like something to buy. It's something. This just looks like a buying opportunity here. It's, the chart especially is bearish, absolutely bearish. And the thing is, we know the pound is extremely weak, and I say the yen it's neutral, and of course the yen has a lot of data coming out today, so maybe that'll move this a little bit. But the yen it's neutral. It's not strong. It's just there. It's just there. But the pound yen is just moving sideways. So I don't know. We looked at 4 charts already, and nothing's going on. Everything is just sideways. So just make your trade plan. Don't chase price. That's today's word. Do not chase price. Put your trade plan in there. Wait for price to come to you. Don't chase price. You're just going to get beat up, right? You're just going to get beat up. There's nothing going on here. Just nothing. Zero. And I don't understand why. These things should be moving with the dollar index, with oil, with all this stuff going on. These charts should be moving, and we're not seeing anything. Okay? Not seeing anything. Well, that's it for me on this wonderful Wednesday. Traders, have a great trading day. Always remember to trade smart, not hard. And what's more important than anything? Let's have a little bit of fun. Traders, thanks so much for your support. We'll see you tomorrow morning in Asia. Bye-bye now.